It's week 6 of the 2027 season, and all eyes on the versatile Isaiah Simmons. He put up numbers last week with a 9-tackle performance. It's the Cardinals and the Niners, and it's coming up next.
Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Arizona Cardinals. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight. On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their 3rd-year quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his first pass is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle is going to leave him about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. They'll run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have a Niners first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But in this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked. They keep it with Barkley on first down to about the 40-yard line. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now back to throw. Out to his left. firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Not the warmest starts throwing the football. He was 1 for 3, now 1 for 4 on the opening drive.
So getting him comfortable is the key. And for him, it might be different than what we think is comfortable. We're probably thinking swing passes, easy check downs. Some guys, they're better off throwing it downfield. That's what really loosens them up.
He's got it at the 15. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's third down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Kyle Pitts, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are on the board first here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter, that's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cardinals making their way out, and it's the #1 overall pick in 2019, Kyler Murray at the helm.
And when you have a guy like Kyler Murray under center, it not only opens up your playbook, it allows you to draw up even more plays because he's among the best dual-threat quarterbacks in the league and a true playmaker. If flushed out of the pocket, he might even be more dangerous. The next step for him, being able to throw on rhythm and deliver from the pocket.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground. ETN. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for ETN last week. 16 carries, 76 yards.
It's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complementary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
1st down, Murray. Dancing to his left. Incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Murray now on 1st down. Got a man and he hits him in stride. He's got room at the 30 and all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? And they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they're a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray, 14 yards. And the Cardinals are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Defensively, they told us that the top priority was defending option plays this week, but here on the very first drive, the defense broke down a bit.
It certainly did, and it's really not a surprise because defending option football is difficult. You have to think too much. Most of the time, you just react to what you see and you play fast. Here, you're reacting, you're processing. Do I have the back? Do I have the quarterback? Who do I take? Do I take on the blocker? And next thing you know, he's in the end zone.
Team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Takes it at the 7. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field.
He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. A first down carry for Barkley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The Niners at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. Well, they were losers their last time out. Try to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. And oh, he coughed it up. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll run with Barkley. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. He'll look to throw. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Niners have taken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And Charles, what a battle this is within the division, because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage.
Etienne up the middle. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now Murray off play action. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they'll get him down here at the 23. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. they become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Murray. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. They'll run with ETN. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 9 yards that time.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
On 1st down, right back to ETN. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Murray now. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
To throw is Murray. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Back to the ground with ETN. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. Now Murray. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. 1:55 left to go in the 1st half of play. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On play action, they'll throw. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Steps away. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give him another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And they're going to get this up to midfield. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. They go play action here on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete. They made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have...
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. .33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And they will take over 1st and 10. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Murray. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these two clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be second down.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They'll throw now on the final play. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles, where it was the visiting Seahawks who were able to come away with the road victory. Kenneth Walker, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. From there, we take the long trek eastward to Tampa, check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And at the half, they are down to the visiting New York Giants. 3 touchdown passes in that one for Justin Herbert. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Joe Mixon, a couple of touchdown runs. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half. Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football at State Farm Stadium. And for the call, let's head back out to Glendale and hand it over to Brandon Gaud.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. Taking it. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Second half starts with a run by Etienne. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
On second down, Etienne once more. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. On third third down. Here's Etienne. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Taken in at the 11. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Rolling to his left. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Murray going to throw. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Nick Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but just show them a lot of different looks. And they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They're on the good side of this game right now with a lead, but they were on the bad side last week in that loss to Cincinnati. So now trying to make amends. They begin with a run by Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Now that run, that's exactly why you stay with the running game. You don't abandon it totally. You stick with it, keep telling your guys to stay motivated, and they found a crease on that play.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
Back to throw again. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Back to throw here. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Buda Baker, the safety, he gets in from the secondary for the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And it's complete in the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team is playing, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out now come the Cardinals. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed the penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now, this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Barkley. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there, and how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle from a yard out. And the Niners have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. The partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air, and that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Gay is on for the point after. And the lead is up to 18 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Throwing on first down is Murray. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Again, they'll throw with Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. This offense so far on third down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 14. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 18. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Here's a give to ETN. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 2nd and 9, Murray under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Nick Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw, it's Murray. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the 49ers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Niners, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for Arizona, The loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And we'll see the Rams' veteran linebacker. He was terrific defensively last week with 11 tackles. It's the Rams and the 49ers under the lights on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our two quarterbacks in this one, it's really a good matchup when you boil it down.
We do indeed, and something I'm going to be watching for. Who can get off to a fast start? If you can go out, get points on the first drive, preferably a touchdown, you can really set the tone for the game. And I think that both of these quarterbacks are more than capable of doing just that.
Toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He finds Robinson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 59 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not only going to catch the football, he's going to run away from you a little bit. And that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Back to throw now on first down. And that's incomplete.
Well, remember, these two teams met earlier in the year in Santa Clara with the Niners coming out on top. So a win here in Santa Clara would give them the season series.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
And this will be caught by Edwards.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10.
Right where this set him down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now.
Or lights out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out, and that play's over.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 12 yards on the return that time. So here are the Niners now to get their first drive. And they'll be let out by their quarterback now in his 3rd season in the league.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he's going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Niners sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They go play action here on 1st down. Rolling to his right. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. On the move to his left. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
First down, but it winds up incomplete.
Kyle Pitts, the intended receiver.
And now it's 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have.
Touchdown! Danny Gray, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
75 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a 1st and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. He'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Touchdown, Rams. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Lutz good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away.
Fielded right around the 8. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Out to his left. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Finding Gray going across the field. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
To do it for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a play fake here on first down. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
These two teams all tied after one. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 23. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. look to throw here on first down.
Looking for Gray and finding him once again. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Working with a 2nd and 4. On play action, they'll throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback.
Shanahan doesn't care much for that last call, so out comes the red challenge flag. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stays.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining.
They'll look to throw again. And it's intercepted.
And the Rams are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
83 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll set up to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
So that time, Charles, a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2. Here comes the Rams punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is when every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Again, it's Barkley. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he's going to get this one all the way down to the Rams' 23-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And out of bounds right around the 20. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now second down. They'll look to throw. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, a 20-yard touchdown. And the 49ers have taken the lead. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. That time a 6-play drive. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. 14-7. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's 2nd and a yard. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he finds a man on the crossing route.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well where you can find that space between levels.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Kyle Pitts from 17 yards out. And the 49ers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. Well, the Rams going to take over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Edwards. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Second and 6. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they will get to him behind the line, but they're out of timeouts, remember, and the clock continues to wind down. They lost 2, and it brings up 4.
Well, I think it's back to the drawing board, or should I say in today's game, the Surface tablet after this drive. 3 plays, they go backwards. They will look like they've gotten something going right there, but they'll have to punt the football away to end this one.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Good games galore in that Sunday lineup. We'll highlight the one going on in Atlanta. A big one for the Falcons as they'll square off against the Jacksonville Jaguars. In the late afternoon games, all eyes will be on Las Vegas. A glitzy matchup there, where it'll be the Raiders taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And then lastly, on Sunday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and the Dallas Cowboys. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Rams, and they will need to get this passing game in gear, because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They're leading right now and on the heels of that victory last week against Arizona. 1st and 10 as they start this drive. Second half begins with a run from Barkley. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion. I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have the Niners first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. To the 43, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Up the middle with Barkley, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. He'll drop to throw. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5. Here comes the 49ers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
They'll set up a throw. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Steps away. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Saquon Barkley running right. And he's got some space here. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
85 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is offered an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Rolling, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. Back to throw. Rolling to his left. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. So the completion good for 7 there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now back to throw.
This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. This was the old NFL record distance for decades, a 63-yard attempt.
And Gay knocks this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. They'll come out throwing here on first down. His throw incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. They're going to look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Back to throw again. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back to throw now on first down. And that one falls incomplete, breaking his string of 7 straight passes completed. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They'll look to throw again. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, it's complete. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Stopped short. Down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get all the way to the end zone. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the 49ers are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on 4th and goal. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are, positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Solid stiff arm. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 29 yards. First down. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground, and here's another.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out, and we're going to get a review of that last play. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
So that a good outcome for Sean McVay as the challenge is successful. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 2 cheap plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game. And trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. That one looks like he'll throw here. Sliding out of the pocket. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 3 on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he stopped up short of the 1st as they tackle him down at about the 36. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead. After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off.
He'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Edwards. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. It's Edwards again. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. And he's got his man in stride, complete. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. 2nd and 1.
Across the middle, he finds Robinson.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
From the 5, 2nd and 4.
They'll drop to throw. Forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So take away the touchdown. It's kind of been one of those games for these guys.
I think it's safe to say that that type of a play just added to their misery, right?
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time is run out now on this game.
So the victory here for San Francisco. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the 1st quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the 1st quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So for the 49ers, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for L.A., they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts.